I'm so in love tonight. I have so much love to give tonight. I'm so deeply pleasured with you being able to join us. I love that you can join us tonight. This is a very special night. This is our debut show, and I'm so happy that you can feel the joy in the room with us tonight. Let me introduce myself. My name is Royal Gorgeous. Now, you may call me Gorgeous, you may call me Royal. Now, I may not drink or do funny voices, but I do prefer my own company. So hopefully this transition will be as easy for you as it has been for me. Now, we have a very special guest planned tonight. A band by the name of Cool Endings will give a performance right at the end of the show. But first, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen if you wish to stay connected and up to date with what is going on right now. Let's take a little trip down the rabbit hole, shall we? I'm delighted to be here tonight and represent the first woman of late night. Recently, I'm finding it increasingly difficult to relate current events to my unique reproductive organs. But I'm not done trying. I'm deeply troubled by the atrocities being allowed to occur in our sister land of Ukraine. Men, brothers, sisters, these are all people just like you and I, except they were not born under U.S. privilege. Russia has forced its way inside of Ukraine, breaking the hymen of peace and truth well established by NATO, and thrusting its way of life onto the Ukrainians. This is rape, it is wrong, and it needs to be stopped. There's a new strain of coronavirus developing around the world, just as the U.S. is ready to rescind all mask mandates and come back to a summer of normalcy. By the end of February, many of us feared losing our jobs and livelihoods if we were not fully vaxxed. By the end of March, we're ready to toss those out the window and pretend they never did anything. Misinformation is that which is surrounded by truth and disguised by contextual or omitted information. Hey, way to go. Nice flip-flop. Now, why are we even arguing about mask mandates? It's simply common sense. Japan, China, Taiwan, these countries have all worn masks for decades. No amount of gear, less a hazmat suit, is adequate enough to contain the virus completely. Yet common sense would lead one to believe that a mask, a protecting covering over one's face, is enough to stop, at least halt, some transmission. That is why I'm ready to put my money where my mouth is, to take one for the team of science versus institutionalized propaganda. Tonight, on this stage, I'm prepared to take an assault via a spray bottle filled with some disgusting colored liquid, beet juice. And I am going to show you how impactful a mask can become. By doing this, I am neither stating I am in favor of mask mandate or against one. I'm simply giving the American people the facts to do with what they want. So let's get this over with. All right. I believe I'm ready now. Okay. Go ahead. Spray me in the face. The disgusting colored liquid. I have to admit it's burning my eyes slightly. But as you can see, there's definitely some discoloration here that is not here. The let's get back to business. Journalism in the up-and-coming months will be nothing more than party megaphones with heavily lined pockets. The grease will turn the wheels, and some of America's most hot-button issues will be the deciding factor in where allegiances lie. Inevitably, our bubbles will be poked, our headspaces will be invaded, and we'll be harassed by speech slithering across red and blue-colored tongues. But in the meantime, we've compiled a list of 9 things to be wary of this election season and urge each and every one of you to pay very close attention. I hope you take this in good fun, just as it was created. Now, these are 9 things. We put together 9 things for you to be wary of this election season. 9 things. Your hands and fingers become stained with newsprint. 24 robberies, 5 mass shootings, and 3 same-sex celebrity couples have already become engaged. Put down the paper, pick up a phone. Old news is dead news, and your opinion is as obsolete as the medium through which it's informed. Number 8, things to be wary of this election season. Topics get presented that you feel uncomfortable discussing. Well, then don't. If you're concerned that your neighbor or family member doesn't share the same values as you and your favorite Netflix star, don't worry, I'll save you the trouble. They don't. Number 7, things to be wary of this election season. Musicians or celebrities pretend to be severely impacted by a political decision. They are not. They're enjoying their abundant lives of luxury. Number 6, partisan or bipartisan speech laden with give peace a chance, all while holding a gun. Number 5, people who think that Twitter is the ultimate form of communication. Number 4, constituents claiming that they had a very exciting time in the state of Iowa. 3, things to be wary of this election season. Stewardesses chaining you to your seat, duct taping your mask to your face, and whipping you into submission. I've heard about all these rowdy passengers and some of these inhumane acts that have been done against some of these stewardesses, but I hadn't realized that these stewardesses had taken matters in their own hands. I must applaud you, ladies. Well done. Well done. Is this happening on Boeing flights? Is Boeing still allowed to fly planes? Number 2, anyone shedding light on their closeted transgender cousin twice removed. Stop. This isn't newsworthy. Although treating all people with respect has recently just come out of the closet, that doesn't mean we need to know every little detail of your life. Some things are meant to be kept to ourselves. Why? Because it's nobody else's business. And the number 1 thing to be wary of this election season, the number 1 thing, we found it for you today, and tonight we are going to share this with you, this one little gem. If you are paying attention, please pay attention now. 1 thing to be wary of this upcoming election season. Number 1, anyone claiming to have gotten the majority of their education on a subject from YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, we have a rising star here with us tonight. Cool Endings is here to join us for a little sit-down and an exciting, rare performance of a new song and their new album, Talk Through Music. But first, let's get them out here and pick their brain for some mundane details and heartless anecdotes. All the way from Iowa, Cool Endings! Come on down, come on down. Lovely to see you, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Well. Wow, I really dig your stuff, man. It makes me want to dance. It makes me want to sing. It makes me want to crank up the volume and ride the wave. Thank you. I mean it. It has been a while since I found something worth removing the old dust cover off my vinyl record player for, or painstakingly swiping my thumbs across the screen to buy it digitally. You know, the thing I hate about buying digital albums, you never know if you're going to have it on the right service when you need it. Used to have a CD player that I plug my phone into now via USB. Music has to be an Apple Music, or it has to be loaded into the computer with a computer that does not have a disk drive. Now, maybe I just don't know how to use technology, but how has it gotten to the point where my computer doesn't have a disk drive, my headphones don't work without a dongle, and I can buy a track 7 different ways online?
Well, you're absolutely right. The confusion is difficult to meander through.
Oh, so you're familiar with this problem. I'm not alone?
Absolutely not. With something, either new that we want to listen to or something, from the past that we found somewhere else, it's like we don't have a CD player, we don't have a, record player that works, they're all crapping out, or we found it at an antique store or something like that. All I want to do is be able to hear it and hear it in its purest original form, as the musicians heard it.
What will become of an industry built on a physical medium?
The more people find that there's a disconnect between where they listen to music, how they consume music, how they can hold on to music, the more we're going to find that they're being drawn into these tangible things that they can hold in their hands. Jack White, for a good example, he was made a little short video, like 60 seconds long, in reference to the record labels, the 3 major record labels, and how they have not entertained the idea of building their own record plants. They basically left it to the independent business owners, and it's hard to see which kind of format is going to work best in different situations. We're all just trying to have the best quality wherever we go, but transportation of good quality seems harder and harder to find.
Oh, that is very true. I hate DVDs. Streaming is far superior and environmentally conscious. So I must ask, why is Cool Endings releasing a vinyl record?
We're releasing 50 copies on an independent record lathe manufacturer. And this is just for those people who want it the most, and that's just to start out with. If supply and demand, if it increases, we'll be happy to make more. But at this point, we're not trying to pollute the world with more plastic.
Who do you think would be your contemporaries?
Well, if we were talking back in the 60s, I would have said Norman Greenbaum, Jimmy Page, Frank Zappa.
Well, what would you say if we're not in the 60s?
Some of my contemporaries today, I'd probably say Michael Rolt, Yako Gardner, and Mac DeMarco.
What appeals to you about Zappa?
Zappa recognized the power of the medium. What Zappa was doing is not too far from what we're doing all today, splicing things together and just making the best out of use of the equipment that we have.
Very cool. Now, who's your favorite artist right now?
Well, Michael Rolt, I think he's doing some very cool things. I like the way he harkens back to the older style. He's, releasing a vinyl record. Just his attitude, just his, stance on, music. Like, I really enjoy listening to, good craftsmanship as far as songs are concerned. I'm very, vocals driven.
Now, I'm sorry. I didn't want to have to ask you that. I don't want to ask you this. It's been nagging at me and I have to. Please forgive me. How are you making money?
I've got a job.
Well, that clears that up. Where do you think the music industry is headed?
I see it becoming more personable. I see it becoming a little more intrusive into the artists' lives.
What do you mean?
I mean, just think about if Kurt Cobain would have had a Twitter account. right before he blew his brains out. Do you think that what he had to say would have been, interesting? Do you think anyone would have cared? I am more and more intrigued by the window that this gives us into the artists' lives. So many artists are plagued by addiction or mental health issues. And this is kind of putting it on display. You are an artist, so you should treat yourself, your body, as artwork. Uh, you are the art.
Deep thoughts. I like it. I was told that you could play us a song off your new album, Talk Through Music.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Now, where's the rest of the band?
They're just not ready to perform live on TV.
Oh, well, I can certainly understand that. Putting yourself in the public eye is not without its dangers. So, what are you going to play for us tonight exactly?
I'm going to play the title track off my new album, Talk Through Music. Yep. Yeah, there it is.
Talk Through Music, the title track off the brand new album by the band Cool Endings, available August 5th. Here we go. You are being exposed to a side once shown, but now ignore, flex your toes, which have carried you this far, and furthermore, right under my nose lies the lonely little pieces of your soul, needing to be picked up, need to be picked up, so that you can reassemble yourself whole, so that you can reassemble yourself whole. Once you've reconnected with yourself and you've delved in all else that is fair, go ahead and spend that money, baby, like you just got released from jail. Never mind your health, as that is subject to man's will. Show me how to use it. Show me how to use it. So that we can talk through music. So that we can talk through music. goodness, that was amazing. You are amazing. That was an amazing performance. I so much enjoyed that. I love the love in the room. I can feel it just coursing through my veins after that performance. Where can people find you?
Oh, thanks. I've got a Twitter, I've got a YouTube, I've got an email address. Check out Cool Endings on Bandcamp.com. That's where you can get one of the 50 limited copies of the vinyl record. And yeah, that's about it.
Let's give a nice big round of applause to Cool Endings. Thank you, thank you. It is wonderful for you to join us tonight. Thank you so much. We are indebted. We are indebted to you. Thank you. I love so much that each and every one of you is here tonight to accompany on this journey, this debut show journey, and I so much would love to see you on the next one. Please visit the Bandcamp and please subscribe down below. Love you. Bye-bye.